Hello and welcome, I'm Oles Gerjuk and you're watching Head to Head on uatv. Are Ukrainian cities true homes to their inhabitants? And what cities are the most friendly ones? What is urban planning and how can it make our life in a big city more comfortable? To discuss the topic, we're joined in the studio by Verbytskyy, urban expert and analyst from CEDOS think tank. Hello and thank you for joining us. So, Mr. Verbytskyy, what is an urbanism? Is this a science or is this an art or just a city lifestyle? What stands behind this term?
I think it can be lifestyle, it can be science, it can be study or field of research. We are trying to think about cities and about urbanism as urban studies, a field of research, a field of analytical research, policy analysis. So we as a think tank try to analyze the urban politics of different cities in Ukraine and national urban politics, and also to conduct some research on different issues. For example, our most important research of previous year, it was the network analysis of urban initiatives in 5 Ukrainian cities: Kyiv, Kharkiv, Odessa, Lviv and Ivano-Frankivsk. So we can say about the network of interaction between urban initiatives and urban government bodies and so on. And in my point of view, urbanism is a field of research, field of study for me as an urban researcher.
But is this research about how comfortable and convenient are the cities for their inhabitants, or is this something else?
I can say that something else maybe, because we have our point of view is that urban initiatives in one of main actors of the cities that can transform our cities, and as well as city administrations, local self-government bodies and business communities. Urban activism is the way how citizens can influence on decisions in cities in which they live. So we are trying to understand what we can say about urban initiatives in Ukraine, how strong they are. Are they influenced by business communities or by local government bodies, or maybe they're independent? Do they have enough resources? What about communication between urban initiatives? And so on. What
kind of data do you usually use in your analysis?
It was the research. We communicate with 200 initiatives from these 5 cities and more cities also. And we have a lot of methodology which we use in our studies. First of all is interviews. For example, this research was done with 200 interviews with local initiatives in 5 cities, and we ask them about their network of communication, network of partnership with other initiatives.
So basically, as far as I understand, this urban initiatives, this is something new for Ukraine, right?
Yes.
So what initiatives among the ones that are already present in Ukraine have been the most developed so far?
We can say that Connections Architectural Festival in Kyiv and Urbanism School is one of the most influence initiative. Also Kyiv cycling associations and other initiatives. For example, Khmarchos is online media for urban development, and so on.
Could you explain a bit to our audience about this festivals?
Yes, Connections is architectural festival and school of integrated urban development, which was founded 10 years ago by Viktor Zotov, one of famous Ukrainian architects. And every year they have architectural festival in Kiev and trying to promote modern practices of urban development in architecture also. And they are trying to help young architects to build more fair and modern cities in Ukraine.
But are they promoting the new style, or are they promoting the energy efficiency? What stands behind this festival?
For example, the last festival, which was in previous year, the main topic of festival was values. They say that cities, the most important what we have in our cities is values, not architecture, buildings, money or business, but values. And they are trying to speak about values of our cities, the values of citizens, values of local administrations, and values of architects. What architects think when they build our cities.
Could you speak a bit about the inclusiveness of the Ukrainian cities? How friendly are they for people with disabilities, for instance, or parents with baby carriages, or small kids, or elderly people?
Not so, but there are a lot of also initiatives that are working with these issues. We have initiatives that are working with, for example, value infrastructure. We have initiatives that are working with public transportation, that are working with inclusiveness issues as issue. Yeah. So we hope that this movement of different initiatives that are working with these issues can help to make Ukrainian cities more comfortable for all, especially for people with disabilities or women or so on.
Is there enough support from the government?
I think not enough, but year to year government trying to do more and more. And
for example?
For example,
where do the negotiations about this stuck? What
for
are
example,
the problems?
public transportations, when Ukrainian cities buy new
buses, trolleybuses,
and they trying to make them inclusive. We have problems with stops, for example. We have inclusive bus, but stop is not inclusive. So we have problems for these people to come to the bus from the stop, and so on. So
which makes a paradox.
Yeah.
Understand. Maybe there is some other instance.
They're trying to plan streets more inclusive, but it's a very difficult issues. So, for example, in Lviv, there is a great project, Street for All, and they're trying to make the reconstruction of one of the streets and to make it more inclusive, let's say, and to do this in participative way. They are trying to communicate with all inhabitants of street and the area and ask them how they want to design the street. But there is a movement of other citizens of the city which think that this project is bad for them. They criticize this project, and now we have questions about this project. We have political problems with this project because there is opposition in the city to this project. So we have some issues in different cities, but we have questions about these issues.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we're running out of time, but my last question would be, where on a world urban scale do Ukrainian cities stand? What are our urban strengths and weaknesses, so to say?
I think that, first of all, we can say that Ukraine is an urban country because most of our population live in cities. So we have great opportunities for our cities. We have decentralization process, which makes cities more powerful and the government gives more money to cities. So we can say that there are a lot of opportunities for Ukrainian cities. But on the other hand, sometimes you can't do anything with these new opportunities because of lack of government efficiency in cities and so on, when local authorities don't understand why they need to to make participative decisions, for example, or to promote good governance in their cities. So we have some problems with governance in cities, but I think we can deal with these problems.
Well, let's hope on the deeper cooperation between urban initiatives and the government, and thank you so much for this conversation.
Thank you.
That was Verbytskyy, Urban Policy Analyst from CEDOS think tank. Thank you for watching.